Okay. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Garrett Robinson. Welcome to my show, Vloganovel, on my channel, Vloganovel, where I vlog novels. This is the show where I live create books from beginning to end, everything from outlining to cover design, writing the first draft, editing, formatting for publication, and making the book available for sale wherever ebooks are sold, from Amazon to Kobo, Barnes & Noble, the iBookstore, Smashwords, and everywhere else. And today, we are continuing the outlining process for Shadeborn, the tentative working title of the fourth book in the Nightblade epic. First book in the Nightblade epic is, of course, the epic book Nightblade, which you can find online wherever ebooks are sold. There's a link in the description where you can check it out. And everything that I do on YouTube is, as always, made possible by my supporters on Patreon.com. And if you want to become a patron, there's a link in the description where you can do that too. So let's get back into it, shall we? Shall we? Shall we? I don't know. We shall. Is the answer. We actually shall. Doopy-doopy-doo. So we're working on background info, world building, all that kind of thing. That is what we're currently doing. Tumblr is so bad at sharing live stream videos. I don't know why that is, but it's super irritating. Hey, Jess! Jess is here! Yay! It just wasn't the same without you last time. No, that's bad. Alright, here we go. I know. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about YouTube's new live streaming feature. It's, seems like it could be cool, but it seems like it isn't right now, so that's not fun. Also, my lighting is completely off. I might need to figure out how to go back and use their old interface, because at least I understood that. So we were working on open loops last time. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You were here so often that when I started the new book, and you weren't there for the first episode, I got disheartened, and that's why I haven't done it in a few days. No, that's not true. I'm basically just a terrible person at maintaining a schedule. But I'm trying to become better. And in case you haven't caught on and you're new to the stream, there is a chat box where you can chat at me and at others and with and ask questions and so on and so forth. So this being the fourth book, we are looking at what is unresolved from the first three books and what is what we still need to what is going to influence the course of the plot in the fourth book. That's what we're checking out. Okay, so this is a thing, Jess. funny that you mentioned that, because we talked about this in the last episode. I made a decision, which I think is like the best decision that's happened to this series so far, is that, well, in between publishing Darkfire and starting to work on Shadeborn, I finally I came to a sort of decision, because as you know, Jess, but as other people might not know, this series is sort of building the world and building the background for an epic fantasy series that I want to write. This isn't really epic fantasy. It's what I'd call like heroic fantasy or low fantasy. It doesn't deal with armies and nations, except that's all happening over there. This is just about a girl on an adventure, right? It's not multi-point of view. It's just about Lauren, etc., etc. But the war that's going on over there is the war between the Necromancer and the Life Mage, and that is going to be the story of the epic fantasy series that I'm going to write at some point after this has gone on for a while. But what I decided in between books 3 and 4, spoilers, obviously, is that the main character of the epic fantasy series is a good guy, and well, I'll just put this up really quick. Where's my spoiler thingy? Oh man. Here we go. I'll put that right in the middle. I'll just make it nice and big. So I'm going to leave this on until the spoilers are done. So the main character of the epic fantasy series, the good guy, Horus, was originally going to be the Life Mage, and he was going to have to confront and defeat the Necromancer. And then I realized in between book 3 and 4, Horus is the Necromancer, but he's a good guy. And the Life Mage is the bad guy. But everybody thinks, oh, well, Horus is the Necromancer. He's obviously the bad guy. So everybody is going after him. Everybody, like all of the good guys, think that he's the bad guy because he's the Necromancer. So that's an important thing that happened. All right, there it is. So yeah, people do love to make assumptions. Oh, you weren't here for the outlining of Darkfire? Oh man, yeah, no, it's fun. Hey Daniel, we've only been going for like 5 minutes or so. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't turn the timer. I don't turn the timer on when I'm outlining. I just just kind of work until I'm at a good stopping point. Timer is mostly for when I'm actually writing, when I'm putting words down. Hey, Kristen. Oh, this is funny. Just looking back through some old notes about characters when we started out. There is what I'm looking for is that what I'm looking for right now is I created at some point in the outlining another merchant family, and I gave them a name, and they are way worse than the family Yaren, and I don't remember who they were. I just like mentioned them as an aside, and I'm just sort of like, I can't remember or find where I wrote you down. Super irritating. It might be in Mystic, yes. Yeah, KJV. The problem is that I was too much of a planner about the epic fantasy series. Like I was just working on it and working on it and working on it, but nothing ever happened. And so, in order to produce while I was planning, I came up with the idea of writing Nightblade as a way to build the series because Lauren can only ever see one thing at a time. You know what I mean? It's not a multi-point of view story, so it's much easier to build it a piece at a time. So all the planning that I'd already done was helpful. Drayden, the family Drayden. That is right. Oh boy, interesting. Oh, I didn't see your comment, Jess. I found it in the book. Funny. Yeah, you got it. I love that you're like an encyclopedia, Jess. Seriously. Like, you know Tolkien just off the back of your hand, and you remember things and know where to find them in books. It's really admirable. I love it. So the family Drayden is going to play a part in this book, just in case you were wondering. That's why we were so interested in them. Ideally, it'll be as long as the other books. I don't want the series to continually get longer and longer and longer as it goes on, just because I don't know. I like I don't mind series like that. Like, obviously I love the Harry Potter series, and I love the epicness of the books towards the end. But like, I also really like books like the Jack Reacher series, for example, where it's like, it is like, when you buy the Jack Reacher series, it is an exact story with an exact sort of, it's a complete package, and you know exactly what you're getting with that package. Like, it's roughly the same length every time, about 400 pages, and it's just, yeah. So ideally it'll be about the same length, maybe a little bit longer than the other books in the series. But the story has to be what the story has to be. The senior datum that rules all. Oh, hey Daniel, are you still there? Toss a comment in if you're still there. Ha 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 ha. Bottom line, thank you so much. That is exactly what I was looking for. Daniel, this will mean something to you. Flip is a Drayden. Flip is a member of the family Drayden. So that's why I remember now. Now I remember all of this. Yeah, that's not really a spoiler for anybody else because it doesn't really mean anything. But Daniel has been Daniel has been involved in Quest since the beginning. Like back when I wanted to make the big epic series, and I wanted to make it as a film project first, as like an indie low budget film project. Daniel was cast in a role, and we were working on special effects for it, the special effects tests on it together. So, yeah. Seriously? That's awesome. Oh, I can't wait to see him. Yes, it's taken different forms for each book, but like for Mystic, you can see here in my seasonal arc, there was I made a list at the bottom of things that must happen. So these are all these things that had to happen during the course of Mystic. I didn't have anything similar in Nightblade, but in Darkfire, I think I also I had things that must happen. So now it's sort of story influencers instead. I mean, I guess I do still have things that must happen, but this is just a carryover from Mystic. So this is sort of helping me figure out. It's setting from the beginning, because at the beginning of Nightblade and Mystic and Darkfire, I knew exactly what all the motivations were, and that propelled me into just knowing what the next step in the story was. But I don't know. Like, it's not crystal clear to me right now, so I'm sort of figuring all of that out. I know who the new bad guys in the story are, and I know what's going to happen in the next book, so I need to find the steps that lead me there. That's not really the right way to put it, but yeah. We are going to get some male villains this time, and we are also going to have hints of the return of someone we haven't seen in a while. Hmm. I'm. I don't know what you're talking about, Jess. I don't know what you're talking about. Ugh. I feel like my brain is mush. I was up till 5 last night. I ran out and did an overnight video shoot with my stepbrother who does nighttime photography in Los Angeles. So I slept until 2, but it's just a little bit like... You know what's hilarious, Jess? I don't know if you've read my Realm Keeper series, but there is an old wizard in the Realm Keeper series named Greystone, and he's awesome. He's one of my favorite characters I've ever written, and readers totally love him. I started exercising a while ago, and I stopped exercising a while ago, but I need to get back into it. And I found out after like 3 or 4 days of jogging around my neighborhood, there's a street 5 blocks away called Greystone. And it's even spelled the same way, with an E instead of an A. And I pooped my pants. Crazy. Oh no, I'm aware, but since I live in America, I'm very used to seeing gray with an A. And people are always like, what do you spell it with an E? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Because it's better. It's just objectively better with an E, okay? I'm very passionate about the word gray, in case you can't tell. It is better than dying. I will say that much. Yeah, I need to start getting up early and running again because I felt a lot better when I did that, and my writing was a lot more productive. I need to get back on a schedule, basically. This is step one of me getting back on a schedule. Like, I woke up, I ate, and then I sat down and I started doing Vloganovel. And then I'm going to write until an hour before dinner time, at which point I'm going to make my YouTube video. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Jess, but it is a ridiculous name, and that sucks. I think that's a good enough write-up of Drayden for now. Oh, by the way, I think you guys are really going to love today's YouTube video. This is the title, literally. This is what happens when you run out into the middle of the 134 freeway. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Bren, what's up? How's it going? Later, Kristen. Good to see you. Oh, way more evil than Yaren. See, I would say that you're going to find out in the course of the series that the family Yaren isn't really that evil. Like, they're not evil. They're just they're morally gray, edging towards dark, and relatively ruthless. Like, and maybe that's just on a spectrum viewpoint. Like, Damaris is not a good person. She's a complicated person, and she has redeeming qualities, but she's not a good person. She's definitely edging towards bad. But, like, the family isn't necessarily that way. They just happen to be smugglers. Whereas the Draydens are much more like, like, if you want to compare it to Game of Thrones, right? The what do you call it? The family Yaren is a little bit like. No. See. Okay, so I'm making. I saw your comment, Jess. I'm making the Game of Thrones comparison right now. The family Yaren is like the family Tyrell. The Tyrells do some pretty fucked up shit if you think about it. They're in between the Tyrells and the Lannisters. Whereas, like, I wouldn't say that the Lannisters are, like, necessarily evil, but Cersei is fucking not a good person. Like, she is not good for anyone around her and not good to have in a position of power at all. Very, very bad. She has redeeming qualities, but she's generally a really bad person. But the family Yaren is like a little bit better than the Lannisters in general, I'd say. They just happen to be smugglers. However, the family Drayden is like the Boltons. Pure, unadulterated evil, willing to just, like, not just willing to do anything in the pursuit of power, but kind of relishing and seeking ways to do more harm in the position of power because they're kind of fucking sadistic. Like, that's the family Drayden. And everybody kind of knows it. Like, just to clarify and put a point on your comment specifically, Jess, I don't think ruthlessness is an inherently bad quality. Like, you could say that characters like Han Solo are ruthless, and I don't know. There's lots of good characters that, like you could say that Dumbledore is kind of a ruthless guy, right? It's not an inherently evil quality. Littlefinger is ruthless and also really fucking evil and fucked up. Like, he's not a good person. You know what I'm saying? It's not his ruthlessness that makes him evil. It's his ruthlessness that makes his evil much worse than it would be otherwise. I still think I still do think that Littlefinger is morally gray, but he's like on the color palette. Let me see. Do I have Photoshop open? No, I don't. Okay, but on the color palette, he's like, he might not be F, but he's like F0. You know what I mean? Why do Australians hate Black Widow? What? That is hilarious to me. Okay, so that is a little bit of establishing the beginning of the story, what prompts them into action, and where they're going to go from there. And it's also been over an hour, so we're going to end off on Vloganovel. Let's see. Oh, that's hilarious, Jess. That's funny. Yeah, we will definitely take compliments. I'll take compliments. I'm a bit of a narcissist. So, that's it for Vloganovel. Thank you very much for watching. I will be returning tomorrow, first thing. And if you want to come and hang out again, that would be totally awesome. And let's see. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and you're not already subscribed to the channel. You can check out my Patreon page if you want to support my YouTube endeavors. Keep an eye out on my main YouTube channel, The Garrett Robinson, for my running onto freeways video. And we'll be back some other time. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you guys later. Bye!